Fear and anxiety is controlled by the nervous system. Understanding that nervous system helps us learn tricks. Essentially, the golden zone we like to get into is happening by coordinated firing of neuron cells and everything else not firing. Essentially, you try a trick and it doesn't happen, right? You do it again and again and again, and eventually after a few days and nights of sleep, or sometimes in the same session, you land it. And then a few weeks later, a few days later, it becomes locked in. Now, what is happening from not being able to do the trick and being able to do the trick is all incorrect commands of your nervous system being eliminated, which is the process of motor learning. It always involves removal of incorrect commands and movements. That means taking 35% of your nervous system being engaged to 20% being engaged, then eventually 10% being engaged. This is how we develop the precision of movement through focus and repetition. So I want to be skateboarding my entire life. I want to be 72 years old, 82 years old, and frontside grinding, pole coping. I think Andrew Huberman is allowing me and helping me make that a reality. So in this video, I want to talk about some of the benefits I've gotten and his tools for everyday life. For those that don't know, Andrew Huberman is a skateboarder from the South Bay area who grew up skateboarding the Embarcadero. He worked for Thrasher and Slap magazine, so he does have some heavy roots within skateboarding, but he is a neuroscientist. I heard about Huberman for the first time in September 2021. I was really intrigued about how dedicated he was to understanding the mind and body. I found it really helpful because it's not just from like the scientific nerdy perspective, but from a perspective of a skateboarder that's able to make the information digestible so that we can use it in everyday life. He's sort of an interpretator in a way. First thing that I've changed in my life, the first thing I implemented was changing my morning routine. I was like really crashing around like 4 or 5 p.m. and I just wasn't having all the energy that I really wanted throughout the entire day. So I started walking first thing in the morning, getting that sunlight, come home, I take a really cold swim, and then I jump into a warm shower, and then I get that nice cup of coffee. And essentially, I learned how to make this a habit and create a habit. That's something also I learned from Andrew Huberman, is how to create healthy habits. So let's talk some more about this topic and how it's actually improved my skating tremendously. Like, I honestly think I'm at the best skateboarder I've ever have been, and I think Andrew Huberman has been a very important role in that. Let's head over to the skate park. I'll talk some more about how this has helped my skating. Now, because skateboarding is so mental, I honestly think now that I'm 35, I've learned more skate tricks this year than any year in my life. I've been skating for the majority of my life. That goes to say something. I think it's all about my mindset. I'm much more patient. I don't get upset if I'm not landing a trick within 30 tries. I'll try it 100 tries. So you could wonder, like, how's this Huberman lab and all this stuff playing an effect on me? I think it plays a role in everyday sessions. Like yesterday, I really wanted to learn backsmith to backtail. That's a trick I've wanted to learn for years, and I finally got like 2 or 3. So I am gonna try a couple more backsmith backtails. Maybe I'll try to learn a new trick. I do have another trick I really want to learn, is fakie frontside nose grind yank out. I've never done one of those. The point is, I've learned more tricks this year than any year in my life. Also, something else when I'm learning these tricks that I realized lately is I'm repetitive. I try to go early in the morning and try to skate this quarter pipe right here. There's nobody else skating. As you can see, as I've been talking, nobody's hit this quarter pipe yet. So I get into repetition. I really don't take much time. Like, I fall and I go in a circle and I try it again. I think that's really helpful for learning new tricks. Just want to say, I tried that trick for like 60 tries yesterday and I only got like 1 or 2. That was first try. What? It's such a cool feeling learning new tricks at my age. Backsmith backtails, they feel so good, and I think like I just have more patience and I'm not as aggravated to get it. I'm not looking for that quick hit. I'm like willing to go through the process. And obviously, like, I'm not digging into the weeds here, but I just think like digesting all the information that I do from Huberman Labs has helped me just be in a better mindset when I'm trying new tricks. Another reason I think I've gotten like more confident on the skateboard is because I'm not competing with anybody else. I'm just like competing with myself. And I think that's something that's like hard to do when you're younger because you want to keep up with your peer group. So I think it's like, instead of trying to keep up with peer groups or trying to like keep up with my homies, I'm kind of like competing with myself now. That's something that I think took a long time to realize that I wasn't doing. Like I needed to be challenged myself, not like looking at other people or having expectations for myself even too. So yeah, you can have expectations and goals, but it's also having acceptance with like whatever and wherever that goes. So like sometimes I might have a goal to go land a trick, and if I don't, I should still enjoy the process, because like the process, I'm still getting good dopamine. I'm still getting like, oh, you're good, bud. I think what happens is like when you have these expectations of landing tricks or going to certain spots or doing certain things, like, and if you don't get them, they can be like sort of detrimental, and like you don't enjoy the process. You don't want to go skate the next time. You're like, oh, I don't want to go skate. I don't deserve it. I didn't get it last time. So it's like stripping down those expectations has been really beneficial for me, and just understanding the process a lot better.
I've never done a fakie frontside nose grind yank. Let's see if I can get one.
So ultimately the point that I'm getting at is that like there is no shortcut to getting better at skateboarding. Nobody can give you a handbook. So if you have the right mindset, I think you're gonna get better, you're gonna progress. So ultimately, I think I have a better understanding of what I'm doing. So when I'm trying tricks, I'm more in the moment, and I realize what I'm doing wrong, and I keep repeating myself, and I can do them better. It's like little tiny micro improvements, and Huberman made tons of episodes on these type of things. I'll leave links in the descriptions to all this stuff, but it really has improved my process of learning tricks. So I just showed up to this ditch where a couple homies are like building some wood obstacles. They're down there. They already got here and unloaded. The only place you can park, there's this giant no skateboarding sign. Like there's nothing else. No skateboarding, which is like the one thing we're doing. My friend Lucas basically built a bunch of like quarter pipes. I really don't know what he built. They're down there setting it up. Let's see what's going on over there. Huberman has made some really informative information related to creativity. I won't go into the details, but essentially understanding the go versus the no-go basal ganglia has really improved my ability to start and finish creative projects, or just do anything in general. And I think those are unintentional things. Like my friend Lucas over here, he's building the stuff, he brings it, he comes here, it's like initiating that go. Andrew talks a lot about sleep and breathing techniques also. These are things that have directly affect the way that you perceive the world and things around you. For example, if you're amped up and want to calm yourself down, one technique is inhaling twice with your nose and then a long exhale. It's called the physiological sigh, essentially. This helps calm me down extremely quick. So like if you're trying to trick, you're frustrated, you can do that. I actually just did it when I was trying the frontside 5-0 on this spot. I was trying a couple different tricks and I used that technique, and it really helped me get to a more calm place where I was able to focus on the trick.
I didn't mention my diet at the beginning of this video, and that is something that's changed a lot after listening to Huberman and some of the guests that he's had on. Essentially, I fast now until about 11 a.m. and then I eat one more meal around 7 p.m. So I only have 2 meals throughout the day. The big difference here is I'm not really eating for dopamine or for satisfaction and taste, although I love fish and I do indulge, don't get me wrong, but I'm eating more with deliberate intention to like give my body body everything that I need and to exhaust everything that I need too. So essentially, you actually want to be burning everything that you're eating and kind of keep yourself so that you're losing everything and you're gaining it. You don't want to have too much that's just kind of sitting at the bottom of your stomach. Obviously, there's a more technical explanation of this, but this has really allowed me to just be stronger physically. Like, I can last longer. The only thing that I did experience with like fasting, the new fasting strategy that I use, is I did get fatigued quicker in a day. So it's really about making sure you eat the nutritions and the protein that you really need. And if you need to take supplements for that, I have been doing that as well.